Welcome back, one and all. Lovely to have your company, and I hope you're having a great day. And I'm about to make it much better, hopefully, as we cruise away on some of the biggest adventures around the world. This time, it's homely, fun and vibrant princess cruises on the menu. We're going to be sampling the brand new Star Princess on two very exciting adventures for next year. And stop the world! We've got early bird savings on the Crown Princess World Cruise in and out of Sydney from May to September next year. Let's start though with these two adventures on the brand new Star Princess. She launches later this year in Europe, and we have got fabulous adventures lined up for you for next year. We'll start in April, where over 27 nights we'll head to Aruba, the Panama Canal and the Mexican Riviera. And the cruise is inclusive too. We start by flying from Sydney over to Fort Lauderdale in the States, and we'll enjoy a fabulous Florida with a 2-night hotel beach stay here. Why not? Well, you know, when in Fort Lauderdale, go to the beach, I say. 2 nights in a hotel here. You can enjoy lots and lots of great fun in the Florida sunshine, and then we are on board the brand new Star Princess for 20 fabulous nights. You are going to love it. Now, if you've cruised throughout the Princess Cruises fleet, you know that they are great. And this is the brand new Sphere class, of course. The Sun Princess is already out there, which we're looking at right now, and the Star Princess joins the fleet at the back end of this year. She's got a massive piazza that we're seeing right now, which is not just a great people watching place, a great sort of vantage point to find all the bars and the restaurants, but it's also a performance space as well. And of course, they've got this brand new dome, which is wonderful. It's kind of like an indoor-outdoor pool all at the same time, and it's a performance space. So the thinking behind the design on this new Sphere class is that wherever you're wandering around during the day, during the evening, you're going to find lively places and spaces all around the place, and new restaurant concepts, including Spellbound, that we're looking at right now with its magical cocktails and fabulous food, which is one of the specialty dining restaurants on board. You'll love the International Cafe, and it's brilliant because it leads you straight the way through to the eatery, which of course is the wonderful buffet on board. And that's on one of the lower decks actually on Star Princess as well, which is great. So you get some lovely views, and you'll notice there's great ocean views all the way around the ship. Now you will be enjoying Princess Plus while you're on board. So you've got a full drinks package included, unlimited Wi-Fi. You've got casual dining, which is normally chargeable, included for you. You've also got room service and Ocean Now delivery included in your package as well, and I'll explain that a little bit later on. But we are leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, 20 nights, the first couple of days at sea. Then we're in Oranjestad in Aruba. You'll have a wonderful day here enjoying the fabulous beaches and maybe visiting the Aloe Vera Centre. We'll have a day at sea, and then we will do a full transit of the Panama Canal. This is a wonderful kind of guided day through this absolute feat of engineering, of course, which joins 2 oceans together. It's just amazing, and you will love that magical day. The other end of that, we come out into Fuerte Amador in Panama. Now you can take a gold tour here, visit the local gold workshops, which is amazing. 5 days at sea, we're in Mazatlan in Mexico next. Now there's lots of tours in this part of the world looking into the Golden Zone, and lots of history too. You'll love it. Next, we move on to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. There's a scenic coast cruise here to Lovers Beach, where you can see the sea lion colonies, which is wonderful. A couple of days at sea, and we're in Los Angeles. You can take the Hollywood Boulevard tour here, see the Walk of Fame with all the stars, and explore Hollywood and the Highland Entertainment Complex. 3 days at sea, we arrive into Seattle. That's where we finish the cruise, but not the holiday, because we're staying here for a couple of nights in a hotel. So you can go high up to the Space Needle and get the most incredible views across the city. There's the wonderful farmers markets and lots of other attractions there to enjoy before we then fly back to Sydney. Oh my word, you're going to love this. And remember, of course, this ship only launches in October of this year, so you are still there on the maiden season. Very, very exciting. A wonderful part of the world to go and see as well. So not only to get to enjoy and explore the new Star Princess, but you are living on board for the best part of 3 weeks on this incredible journey that takes you from the States through the Panama Canal to Mexico and to Los Angeles as well, finishing in Seattle. Now, a deposit today will secure this trip for next April, and that's your flight from Sydney to Fort Lauderdale, a 2-night hotel stay there, 20 nights of cruising on the Star Princess to Aruba, through the Panama Canal, to the Mexican Riviera, to LA, cruise ending in Seattle, where you've got 2 nights in a hotel there, and then a transfer to the airport for your flight back to Sydney. We have got the most incredible opening season price tags as well for the Star Princess. It's amazing. Look at this price tag. In fact, we have a full show right now where you could even take the very first Star Princess cruise in when she launches in Europe in October. But this is an amazing, amazing package. And actually, it's selling very, very fast already because these new ships are very, very exciting. For those people who love Princess cruising, they are loving the fact that there is a new ship on the horizon. Here's the overview of the offer and your upgrades if you want to treat yourself beyond that. I have to say, you're being treated royally anyway because Princess Plus is part of your package here, which means drinks and Wi-Fi. It means extra included dining. It means room service with no delivery charges and so much more is part of that offer as well. You can see that alone is worth $1,300 per person, which is just incredible. So if you want to know more about that adventure, 1300 407 687 is your toll-free telephone number. And our next Star Princess adventure takes us to the Great White North, Alaska. Now this time it's a 12-night dream away, and it starts next September with your flight from Sydney over to Seattle in Washington, and you'll stay here in a hotel for 3 nights to explore the city. Again, we saw it just a moment ago on the last package. Extraordinary part of the US, actually. Really nice to explore, really vibrant, very, very different. Pike Place Market in particular is worth getting in and seeing. Right, here we are back on the brand new Star Princess. Now let me talk to you about dining while we're having a look around the ship as well. We talked about lots of the including dining earlier, but there are other venues like O'Malley's, the Irish pub here. If you've enjoyed it on other Princess ships, well, on Star Princess it is vast and brilliant. All the lovely live music on board. You've also got Princess Live, the venue there. All kinds of entertainment happens in there, karaoke and things like that. More dining. Here's some of the specialty dining. The Crown Grill is there for you. The specialty steakhouse, of course. They've got new specialty restaurants on board this class of ship as well, like Love by Brito, which is a wonderful 7-course chef's menu dedicated to love. Oh, how nice. You've also got the Butcher's Block by Dario, which is a wonderful new steakhouse on board. There's Teppanyaki. There's the Catch by Rudy, which is Princess's master chef Rudy Soderman, who's head of culinary for Princess, has put together an amazing seafood selection. There's the Italian trattoria, Sabatini's, as you saw there. There's lots of great entertainment and things for you to do of an evening, including you might well be seeing whether Lady Luck is smiling on you as you wander past and through the casino and see if you fancy a go. There's wonderful shopping on board as well. And because this is a bigger ship, because this is a new ship, they are just so incredible. I mean, the choice of everything is just more and more and more. And I think that's what we're demanding out of cruise holidays these days, isn't it? This is the charm and the wonder and the familiarity of Princess, but with lots of new sparkling additions. You will really, really love it. As I say, the Sun Princess sister ship is already out there and getting rave reviews right now, and I can completely see why. Right, let's take our 7-night Alaska cruise then out of Seattle, a day at sea into Ketchikan, with excursions here to Totem Bight and the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show that lots of people like to do. Then we'll cruise on to Juneau in Alaska, where you can take tours here to the Mendenhall Glacier, go whale watching, dog sledding. Oh my word, the options are endless. On next to Skagway, which is a wonderful, charming little town, and you can find out all about gold rush times here of old while you're in Skagway. You can even go panning for gold. A day at sea, and then we call into Victoria in Canada. A nice Scottish feel here with the lovely Craigdarroch Castle, and again you can whale watch here too. But when you're in Alaska, it's all about the journey between the ports as well as the ports themselves, because you are cruising some of the most wonderful scenic areas of the world. All kinds of wildlife, you know, you see the whales there, you see the glaciers carving, you'll see the wonderful eagles up there as well. I mean, honestly, it is a dream of a cruise. So many, you'll know why pretty much every cruise line out there cruises in Alaska, because you know it's just one of those places that you just long to be. So what a great way to see it. Princess on their brand new Star Princess, of course, you lucky people. This is for next September. The 12-night Dream Away includes your return flights from Sydney to Seattle, 3 nights there in a hotel, and your week-long Alaskan journey on the brand new Star Princess, with drinks, Wi-Fi, extra dining included, and so many other perks that are part of Princess Plus. You can lock in our price today with a low deposit as well. And talking of low, how about a low price? How about the most ridiculous low price? If you've ever wanted to see Alaska, this is how affordable it is today, and you get the best of everything. You get a brand new ship, you get an inclusive offering as well. Let's take a look at the overview and everything that's included here, because it is absolutely craziness. It really is. And if you have that sense of adventure, there's not long to wait for this as well. Low deposit today, September next year, plenty of time to tell everyone that will listen that you are going to do Alaska. It's all about the scenery, it's all about the wonder, and you will absolutely adore it. And I would love to see a postcard, or at least a photo from your adventure. Please do let me know when you get back. I would love to hear from you. Remember, you can call us toll free today, 1300 407 687, as you can, 7 days a week. Lucky people. And there are lots of other big adventures on the brand new Star Princess, including her maiden voyage, which happens in Europe in October, which you'll also find on the website and one of our other shows as well. But clear the decks, because now it's your chance for a world cruise adventure with Princess to and from Sydney on the Crown Princess for 115 nights. Now the cruise starts on the 10th of May next year, and you'll be cruising right around the world until the 2nd of September. So let's see your world cruise home, shall we? Here she is, the Crown Princess. She's absolutely wonderful. Of course, we talk about the Crown Princess World Cruise every year, because it happens pretty much every year, and this is your chance to do it no fly, to see the 4 corners of the globe and not a airport check-in in sight. You know what else that means as well? As you're making your travels around the world, you can pick up wonderful souvenirs, you can pick up wonderful gifts, you can pick up new clothes, you can pick up lovely artworks, bits and pieces from literally around the world, and you can bring them all back with you, because you'll be sailing back into Sydney. I mean, there's nothing to say that we won't be buying extra suitcases on our way round on our world cruise. You'll certainly be well looked after on board Crown Princess. She has won award after award after award for food, for drink, for entertainment, and for so much more as well. So take it as read, because she is a world cruising ship on a regular basis. Princess get a lot of feedback from their customers. So years and years and years, tried and tested, refined and changed, and just made the best environment it can be for traveling the world. Remember, you're going to be cruising from May all the way through to September, so everything needs to be right. The choice of dining, the wonderful staterooms which have everything you need and where you need it, and of course there's plenty of wardrobe space, which is key when you're away on a cruise for months. Everything you need is there. Relaxation, the spa, the pools, the wonderful activities, the entertainment, and so much included as well. So much included dining. Those fabulous shows of an evening, don't need tickets bought for them. They're included in your price. And it's not just big theatre shows, it's comedy, it's live game shows. There's plenty of other activities to keep you occupied. And again, if you need quiet spaces, there's plenty of those as well for you to enjoy, and a nice variety all the way round. Right, are you ready for a world cruise adventure then? It starts on the 10th of May right here in Sydney, and the great thing is our first day is at sea and our first few ports are our own shores. So let's head from Sydney to Melbourne first. Capital of Victoria, of course. Botanic Gardens are here. You can take the Puffing Billy train if you want to as well. And day at sea, we're at Adelaide next, the Barossa Valley, not far away from here. There are wonderful tours there. Also to Harndorf with its German markets and bakeries. A few days at sea, we're across to Fremantle, which is the port for Perth, of course. You can take a wander around Kings Park here. Rottnest Island is close, and you've got the Maritime Museum. 7 days at sea across to Mauritius, to Port Louis, and you can take an excursion to the wonderful botanical gardens here at Pamplemooses. It's wonderful. 5 days at sea across to Cape Town in South Africa we are now. We're here for 2 days, so an overnight. Of course, that means you can go up to Table Mountain, go to the Stellenbosch wine region too. Day at sea, we are heading through to Namibia, to Walvis Bay. This is lovely. You can take a really authentic tour here through the fascinating townships. 7 days at sea across the Cape Verde next to Mindelo. This is an incredible part of the world just off of North Africa. Wonderful beaches, snorkeling adventures and more. Then we head west to the Canary Islands, to Gran Canaria, which has a wonderful sunshine warm climate all year round. It's a lovely port city as well, Las Palmas. Across after a day at sea to Morocco, to Casablanca. You can visit the Casbah here, head into Marrakesh for the markets and the amazing history, before we take a day at sea into green Spain in the northwest, in Galicia, into La Coruña. It's a wonderful city and home to Santiago, of course. A day at sea, and now we're in France, the port which is a gateway for Paris, Le Havre. So you can head up and see the Eiffel Tower and take a cruise along the Seine. From France to Belgium we go, the home of fabulous chocolate, making me hungry already. This is Zeebrugge, which is the port for Bruges, and there are fascinating tours to enjoy in the city there. A couple of days at sea into Poland next, Gdansk. You can visit the famous shipyards here because we are in the heart of the Baltics and it has an amazing history. Now let's make our way around Scandinavia. We'll start in Sweden. This is the Swedish island of Gotland. Visby is just beautiful, very, very charming. Lots of little fishing villages here. Let's do some capitals now. Let's do the capital of Finland first. Helsinki has Sibelius Park. It has the Art Museum and very much more. Then we'll head over to Tallinn in Estonia. This is a wonderful fairy tale city. Get to one of these palaces if you do get the chance. They are just beautiful. Capital of Sweden next, of course, which is Stockholm. The ABBA Museum, I think, will be on a lot of people's list. It's their homeland, of course, but there's a nice bar there too. Next to the capital of Denmark, to Copenhagen, and you've got the fabulous Tivoli Gardens here and the lovely castles like Fredensborg and Christiansborg. Day at sea, and we are in the Netherlands next, in IJmuiden, which is the port for Amsterdam, and you'll have a great day in Amsterdam. You will love it. Next, we're across to the UK, to England, to Dover, the White Cliffs. How amazing. Maybe take a tour into London or visit the famous Canterbury Cathedral nearby. A day at sea, and we're up into the Shetland Islands of Scotland now, into the wilds of Lerwick, famous for wild ponies, Scalloway Castle and bird watching. A day at sea, and we are now in Iceland. The capital first, Reykjavik. Volcanic activity galore there, and the hot springs to enjoy, and the famous Blue Lagoon, before we head to one of the oldest settlements in Iceland, Grundarfjordur, where there's a shark farm apparently, and lovely local fjordal cruises. Staying in Iceland, we're now on the western fjords in Ísafjörður, which is a key trading post with lovely glacier fjords and a great maritime museum. Now, a few days at sea away from Iceland, we're now in Canada, in Newfoundland. In St. John's, you can take a relaxing tour here and take in the famous Cape Spear Lighthouse and Bird Islands. Then we head to Corner Brook, where you can see the long-range mountains, cruise the fjords and follow the Captain Cook's Trail here. A day at sea, and we are in Quebec City. Now, we're staying here for 2 days, so we're here for an overnight. Iconic city, French influence everywhere, but it also has a Latin Quarter and an old city. Saguenay is next, famous for the Fiordland National Park here, which is there to be explored, and it has just the most glorious scenery. A day at sea, we're in Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island next, where you can visit farms, take scenic coastal drives, or visit the famous national park. We're in Sydney. No, not our one, the one in Canada. You can visit Cape Breton here, enjoy the boutique and craft shopping at the dockside, which is a pretty impressive trip to take. A day at sea, we're across to New York City. We have to spend some time here, so we've got 2 days to enjoy, and you can tick a few off your bucket list while you enjoy fabulous New York. A couple of days at sea down to the Florida coast to Miami. Head down Ocean Drive here, or enjoy a day on South Beach. Would be lovely. Couple of days at sea across to Colombia, to Cartagena. Wonderful city, has a lovely old town and a very impressive cathedral here for you to enjoy. Next, a full transit of the new locks of the Panama Canal. So all of the 50-mile length or so between the Atlantic and the Pacific. It's a guided tour as well, so you'll learn a lot about how it was built and its history. And we'll pop out the other end and we'll suddenly find ourselves in Ecuador, in Manta. A fabulous place to visit. Wildlife tours here, the famous markets, and a very, very interesting history. Couple of days at sea and we're in the capital of Peru now, into Lima. It's great for shopping here. The well-known Santo Domingo convent here, lots of museums, and the Gold Museum is great. Pisco next, which is, you're porting here into St. Martin, which is the gateway port for Machu Picchu adventures, and also Galapagos Island tours. 4 days at sea, we're now in Chile on Easter Island, where you can see the amazing sights and learn about the mystery that surrounds the very first settlers that arrived here. A couple of days at sea, we've got some scenic cruising at Pitcairn Island, which is one of the most remote inhabited islands in the whole of the world. How incredible. A couple of days later, here we are now in the South Pacific, in French Polynesia, Papeete, of course in Tahiti. Just a pure paradise day. You know we are heading home now. We're in home territory, aren't we? In Moorea next, where you can see where the royals of old used to call home, take a Circle Island tour or a lagoon adventure. 5 days at sea into Auckland in New Zealand. This is a great city to enjoy. Maybe some last port shopping as we head towards the end of our world cruise, because we then arrive back into Sydney where we started. So we start on the 10th of May and we arrive back into Sydney sometime in September. Now that is a holiday, isn't it? That's a holiday and a half for you to enjoy. 115 nights, 40 ports of call, and you've kind of got the globe covered there, haven't you, one way or the other. Amazing. Just the most incredible experience. Now listen, I am going to give you the most incredible price tag for a world cruise opportunity, but I realise that a world cruise needs to arrive to you at the right time of your life. So I'm not going to scream to the TV, call now. I'm going to say, sit and think about it. It'll take a few days. You'll go and mull through the options. But when you decide to do it, please do it with us, because look at the amazing opportunity we have for you right now. And of course, if you've got any questions, and I mean any questions about an opportunity like this, talk to our team. We can answer any questions that you have. This is about cruising the world to and from Sydney. Remember, that means no flying if you are close to Sydney. If you need a national flight, no problem. We can build that into your package. It's not a problem whatsoever. You can book this with a deposit today as well to secure your place and to secure the price tag. Now remember, with a world cruise, there are less opportunities, because not only is it being sold as 150 nights, it's being sold as smaller chunks and sectors as part of that world cruise as well. So that means there are less and less opportunities to do the whole thing. But this needs to land in your life at the right time and place for you. So I'm going to show you the overview of the offer. I'm not here to sell this to you. I'm simply saying to you that actually a world cruise is not something you necessarily go looking for. You might mention it in passing. Should we get back on board Crown Princess and go and have another look around as well, by the way? Let's do it. Let's jump on board your home from May all the way through to September, the Crown Princess. And when it comes to world cruising, it's one of those things that generally I think it's only something you maybe do once in your life. I mean, maybe I'm talking to you right now and you're saying, Derek, we've done 3 world cruises already. We're collecting them like stamps. Fantastic. I think for a lot of people though, a lot of people wait for that time then when maybe that's it. Work is done now. Work is behind me now. Or we are celebrating, or in fact, ending a life journey maybe. Do you know what I mean? Something big has happened in our lives and it's completely changed our point of view, and we've said, right, let's throw caution to the wind. Let's do something completely and utterly different. Let's go and cruise the world. Because a lot of people have the idea in their mind, but it's the time, isn't it? You know, May to September is that's a big indulgence of a holiday. But it's a big landmark in a lifetime as well, isn't it, if you think about it? And when you look at how that price tag there, sure, it's a big price tag. It's a world cruise. It's also many months of cruising. But when you break that down into the actual value that is included here day by day on your cruise, let's just talk about a lot of the things that are included while you're on board. Your dining, there is dining included right the way through your cruise, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, one way or another. Main dining, buffet dining, there are other dining places where you can pick up snacks and this, that and the other during the day. There's room service, which you can always call upon as well. So no matter what time, day or night, there is always food there. Food is an important element. You want to make sure you're fed all the way through the cruise, right? You've got the wonderful pools to enjoy. You've got one of the wonderful spaces to relax into. You're being entertained as part of your cruise as well, and that's live music, that's game shows that you can get involved with, it's big production shows, it's guest performers that are coming on from around the world. You've also got these kind of experiences as well, like movies under the stars, you know, where literally you're up there on the top deck one evening. And remember, you've got chunks of sea days here between parts of the world, which is wonderful. Don't take those as a waste. What will I do? You can relax, you can enjoy, you can research the parts of the world that you're about to go to. You can reflect on the parts of the world that you've just been to as well. I imagine there's going to be quite a big travelogue that comes from you, whether you do it pen and paper and photos, or whether you do it all via your website or your social media or whatever. Imagine the experiences that you will pick up doing all of that travel literally right the way around the world. It'll also give you some great ideas for future holidays, because the world cruise is not the last holiday you're ever going to take, is it? You will take other holidays beyond that as well, and they will be many and plenty and happy holidays. But to be able to look back on your life and say, I really have seen the world, well, that has to be a very, very special feeling. I can't tell you that feeling because I haven't yet taken a world cruise, because I want to spend the time being here with you to keep bringing you new offers all of the time. But if you are considering a world cruise experience, talk to our team, just have a chat with us. 1300 407 687. Mull over the options. And I think you'll be very, very pleased when you do finally make that decision. I'm not here to make that decision for you. A world cruise decision is made in your own sweet time, I know. What I can offer you is the most phenomenal value for money and the experience of our team of over 25 years. Listen, thanks for your company as always. Come back and see us again very soon when we cruise away again. Take care.